welcome to our wonderful show today. My name is Nicolette and I'm here with my co-host Diana.
Hello, and we have our additional co-host, Vance.
Thank you.
And our program today is talking about safe sex and how we're going to be able to go on dates and using masks. And so this is a controversial conversation with regards to what has just come out in the news very recently. Our Minister of Health, Theresa Tam, has suggested that we abstain completely from kissing in any kind of unmonogamous relationship by wearing a mask. And what do you feel about that, Diana?
I think that's just wrong. Is it really going to stop the pandemic? I doubt it. I highly doubt that.
So how are you going to be practicing safe sex if you don't follow the rules and regulations of our health minister?
Well, hopefully someone that, is a clean person. They've done their testing, they've been in isolation, possibly. That would be helpful to know. Vance, what would your thoughts be?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we're in some new times that we've never been in before in our lifetime, and even my parents' lifetime, and I'm born in the late 50s. Right now, period, you have to follow the rules. Follow the rules. Clearly, this is an airborne virus. It can be on surfaces where you touch and then touch your face or whatever. It's going to come down to clearly walking around like that. Follow the rules, and that's going to be what it is.
So by following the rules here, we're talking about dehumanizing ourselves. You do understand that? Because we have the younger generation that want to go out and date. How are you going to date and not feel the heat of somebody or not kiss? I understand the implications about the virus. However, I do not agree with telling a person how to abstain from sex.
If I could just interject, I agree, and we all agree as humans, but humans evolve. This is an evolution of humanity. The caveman, back in the caveman days, which I don't know anything about. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I imagine, I have a couple of guys look like me like that. I've seen in books. But the caveman would not accept how we live now. So, evolution. Now things are changing. The generations will be adapting to this new way of life.
Virtual reality.
Sexuality, virtual reality. You'll be. It varies for all kinds of walks of life and people.
I'm sorry, I don't agree with you though, but that's what this whole debate is about.
Yep,
Whole debate is about whether we agree or whether we don't. I mean, for example, telling me that only safe sex is to have sex alone, I don't really agree with that. I'm sorry, the Minister of Health, I don't agree with you. I think that we can actually take different type of measures rather than encouraging certain kind of behaviors, which is not a bad thing, but it's not something that I would actually go and encourage my own children to do. So with regards to taking precautions with masks, Diana, how are you currently dating?
Well, hopefully it's someone that, maybe a friend from a friend, someone that you can trust. But it's going to be very difficult to date someone because everyone's afraid to be in contact with somebody, physically contacting. It's pretty difficult.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. But I mean, for example, right this moment, we can't just isolate ourselves.
No.
Haven't you been on a date lately where you've had to ask somebody some serious questions?
Yeah.
What were your questions?
Literally, I had to, can I take your temperature? Which is kind of odd.
That's a great
You can take my
line.
temperature.
Can I take your temperature?
I like that one. Can I take your temperature?
That's a good one.
I would take that as a positive.
Yes.
Hot or cold?
That means I'm hot for you, baby.
Yeah,
but
oh,
I mean, what does that mean in real life? That means you've got COVID because you're hot. But when you're close to somebody that's attractive,
right,
I'm kind of feeling hot in here.
So the solution to the problem, or the problem to the solution is, period, is to be technology. It's got to be like this. I have a little thing you put in your damn mouth. You put in your mouth, click, like a pregnancy test. What what a revolutionary design. Like,
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, boy.
I've been through that with that stick watching. Pete, boom, you know, oh hi, you know what's going on. So COVID, it's all about the science, and that's what's going to change things back to normal. When I can wake up in the morning, put something on my tongue, say, how am I COVID? Okay, now, or the vaccine, or whatever's going to happen. It's going to get better. It's going to get better.
Blue pill or the red pill?
This sounds like the Matrix to me. Sorry.
Totally.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
totally. Welcome
How
evolution.
can you say that things are going to
Evolution.
go back to normal? I don't even think that there's a normal because I don't like what was
So right.
normal before.
You are right.
We are in the new life, the new world.
Evolution.
World.
Again,
So what's the key
caveman,
point?
Neanderthal. It's changing. People can be robot people soon. Oh, yeah. Watch Star Trek. I don't want to go back and, you know, I've been watching Star Trek since the 60s. Hey, we're talking, you know, the green people and stuff. It's real.
I've seen
Yeah.
some green people, but I don't know if that was for COVID. Anyway, that's another story for another day.
Yeah, that's another. We'll talk about them diseases later.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I mean, like, really, at this particular moment, we're talking about things that are really real and they're poignant to how we're going to go into the future and what we're actually going to do. What's the point? The actual point is education. Read. Don't be trusting of everybody else's stories. Go on Google. You have the tools in front of you. Figure it out. Is it a virus? Is it a bacteria? Listen to the rules. Follow certain rules. But you are an adult and you know how to Google.
Self-educate.
Thank you. That's
Absolutely.
the best thing.
Yes.
And if you can't fix it, Vance
We'll fix it.
I wish I could fix it. I wish I can go home tonight and put together some antidote for everybody to drink it, and everything be back to our kind of normal. Like I said, being from the 80s, the AIDS revolution, the sexual revolution in the 70s.
Not happening now.
You know, no. So things are, again, it's evolution and change.
But I mean that us that have children, we have to give our children the right advice at all times. And what's the right advice? Education. Read.
100%.
Don't
Yes.
just Google, what am I going to have for dinner? Google about the disease. Google and start educating yourself and follow people that have sense. Follow what we're supposed to be doing. I really do not believe in what I actually read and heard our Minister of Health say. I do not agree with her at all. I do not agree with telling my children to go home and personally have sex with yourself alone because you're the safest person. That's not okay.
No.
There's a different way of saying things without having it publicly there. She's in a position of power, so she should be able to use her fiduciary duty in the right way.
Right. But
Tell
at
the
least-
people
Yeah.
to
But at least-
educate.
But at least she came straight. She's expressing how she lives.
Point.
Leave her alone.
Point.
Leave her alone.
Well,
I like the
enjoy.
woman. I ain't saying nothing about this lady.
I liked her too.
I like her too. So at the end of the day, she's saying, "Hey, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Oh
Just
my
keep on
goodness.
working it."
Well, you know,
I'm gonna have to
that's
go with her.
our
I'm gonna have to go with her on this one.
point. Well, I will not be going on
Welcome,
that.
welcome to being in a relationship. No matter what kind of relationship you're in right now, you better just be happy and appreciate it.
I concur with you, Vance.
You know,
Yes.
take what you got. If providing it's not dysfunctional and bad.
I'm in a relationship. I'm happy. So
Are you?
I'm very much happy. I'm in a relationship called life. And I will always be in a relationship because I'm a mother and a grandmother. And those kind of
Wow.
relationships are never broken. As much as you want to run away from them, they never leave you. Anyway, we're talking about sex and being safely in a relationship and dating. Young people like my dear co-host Diana, how are you dating
Yeah, get into it.
and how
And
do
staying
you
safe?
how are you staying safe and how are you vetting?
Are you abstaining?
the,
Are you just being not doing it?
Well,
well means yes. She's not abstaining.
you can't really abstain forever. Like seriously,
The question is how are you safe? Are you having safe sex?
there's a personal protective equipment that you can use,
like what?
like a dental dam,
A what?
condoms.
What's that? I'm
What's
on
that?
that. With dental who?
A who?
It's like a
Grinding my teeth at night. I mean, when I put in.
it's like a
dentist game?
sheet that you put over your mouth,
A
so
sheet?
that
I don't know. A
plastic sheet.
chic or you said a sheet or a
It's
sheet?
a female condom. It's
A chic.
It's a female condom
called a chic?
that you can put over, your mouth or area, and pleasure your partner.
it's plastic, or is it homemade, or you have to steal
like
it
a
from
condom.
your dentist?
You can buy it from the pharmacy.
Okay.
They sell them
Love
at the
condom.
pharmacy. Yeah, it's yes.
Wow.
It's a
Okay.
female condom.
So, how do you present that to the person that you're going to go on a date with? Hi, Suzanne. I would like to take you on a date. Please put your mask on because I will not be kissing you. Lie down gently so I can put this dental dam on you. Or do you ask a question? This is a serious question.
Yeah, or you have to avoid, oral sex altogether and think outside the box, literally.
It breaks back down to science. We need the quick test. We need the quick test. There's nothing more to say. And of course it's going to be available within 2 years to 3 years. On the tongue. Okay. You'll know right away. And that's,
The next question that I'm going to ask is about the injection. If it does come out, are you going to take the injection?
No.
the vaccine.
The vaccine?
The vaccine.
There's too many
Is that going to be a
variables.
conversation for another day?
Oh, definitely.
But let's stick
That's
on
a
the
big
sex
one.
part.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
But at the moment, everybody needs sex. Everybody has been having sex. But how are you going to be doing it safely?
So
Without-
you're only talking to people right now, basically, that aren't married.
No, are we talking about married people? The creepers too. There's creepers.
Well,
There are relationships, okay, honestly.
I'm in
there
a
are-
married relationship.
Some
personally.
people are married, and in their marriage, there's an understanding. Many people have them. There are some that have the other partner sick, and their understanding is that they are allowing their partners to go and have sex on a. There's many people like that.
Yes,
So how are they
yes.
going to do that? But they still love each other as a loving couple, but either the man or the woman are in a situation where they don't have that kind of libido. So how are we going to be taking these things pretty seriously here? Because we still need to have sex. Sex is like food. We need it.
it's part of life. And what they're suggesting is basically stopping it, eliminating, desensitizing yourself. Is it just for procreation now?
So
It's
every
not gonna
time
be
somebody
fun?
leaves the room and goes and says they're going to spend time in their bedroom, I'm going to imagine what you're doing. And that's not a nice thing.
No. It's very impersonal. And
It
it's-
is.
Yeah.
So that's not what to tell the people that we don't even have that amount of COVID cases at the moment. So how do we talk to our youth and tell them that there's still that beautiful passion of love and, music and everything together, because there's concerts. What brings us together is music. So now you're going to come together and you can't have the song called I'm going to kiss you, baby. I can't touch you. This is serious stuff. It's really serious. Music brings us together and makes us want to kiss somebody when you're having a conversation, going on a date with somebody for the first time. You feel that heat. Now you're going to be 6 feet apart. I feel cold. So nobody's going to fix this. This is a serious conversation. What are we going to do? We would like you to give us a call on 905-839-717 7179. Yes, that's right. 905-839-7179. Give us a call, send us a text message, and we will respond with your questions. This is your host, Nicolette, and my co-hosts, Diane and Vance. Thank you so much for this fantastic conversation. Any questions, please download the app, listen to us, 905-839-7179. We'll get back to you next week.
Have a great one. Stay safe.